Hi, okay, so part two. Um, so I left off, my husband was, or they gave me my IV and they hooked me up to the blood pressure machines and everything, and they were, just monitoring, um, her and, me pretty well because whenever you have preeclampsia, there's a potential to have seizures, so you have to be careful. And so, and like I said, we live 5 minutes away, so my husband didn't have to rush and get anything. He just had to come straight to the hospital. And um, I hadn't eaten, and I was just that was the main thing I was worried about. I hadn't eaten, and they called my doctor and they told her what was going on, and they told me that she said that she would come in the morning and start me on pitocin. But of course, if you don't know, pitocin is something that kickstart labor if you haven't already started. Of course, I wasn't in labor. I just had signs of preeclampsia, so they had to take action. By the way, I'm so glad that I went in and thought that my water had broken, because if I wouldn't have went in, I probably would have been at home and had a seizure. So yeah, so what happened next? So basically for hours I'm getting monitored because I went there like at noon or 1 o'clock. That's when I got to the hospital. And then I got checked in around 2 something. And so yeah, I'm just sitting there and I'm just laying there because I can't sit up. I'm laying there and I'm just like miserable, hungry, and so they're coming in, they're checking and stuff, and so later on, like I feel a few contractions because toward the end of the pregnancy I was feeling contractions, but they weren't nothing big. They were just Braxton Hicks, uh, but they weren't too painful. Anyway, so let me see. My doctor comes in the next morning, which is on Sunday, and she starts the pitocin early in the morning, like at 5. And so she starts the pitocin, and maybe an hour or so later, I start feeling the contractions, and also that night I had a really really bad headache, and it was really really bad, and they gave me sleeping pills, Ambien, I believe, to make me go to sleep. And they also gave me some. Um, they also gave me some. What else did they give me? Pain medicine for my headache. It didn't work, and the headache was horrible. My teeth were hurting. My whole mouth was just hurting. It was so bad. So, um, what else happened after that? Um, I tried to get some sleep. I got about an hour and a half sleep, and then my doctor came in, and she started the pitocin, and like I said, I started feeling the contractions. Well, my headache came back, and it was just horrible. I could deal with the contractions, but my headache was horrible. And the worse the contractions got, the worse my headache got. The headache was worse than the contractions were to me. I think if I wouldn't have had the headache, the contractions wouldn't have been that bad. So I was crying because it was just, I was like, I need this headache to go away. Well, whenever you have high blood pressure and you're upset, oh no, that don't work. You have to be calm whenever you have high blood pressure. They were trying to eliminate as much pain as possible, because if my blood pressure kept going up, then I could possibly have a seizure or a heart attack or something like that. So they probably said like 7 in the morning. They decided to give me an epidural, and I was only like 2.5 centimeters. I wasn't progressing at all because I hadn't been on the Pitocin but a couple hours. And so basically, they gave me the epidural, and it wasn't that bad. You know, the epidural needle wasn't that bad. Um, so after they gave me the epidural, I felt better, but Leilani's heart rate dropped, and my doctor didn't take too much time to figure out, that we weren't gonna have her vaginally. We were gonna have a C-section. I mean, I wasn't afraid. I had prepared my whole pregnancy. I may have a C-section. I may, a lot of things may happen. So I was fine with it. And so pretty much, uh, my husband called my mom and told her. He was the phone person because I couldn't really talk to anybody. So I wasn't feeling well. Excuse me. So after that, oh, good job. Oh, what is that? Ooh, what is that? What is that? You got a surprise. Uh-oh, you got another surprise? So after that, they, got me ready. And, they shaved my lower region, under my belly to get me ready. And, they wheeled me down there. They told my husband, he's going to have to put on scrubs and stuff. And then they wheeled me down there and, you know, they gave me, or put me on the bed. Like, everyone had to lift me up, put me on the bed. And so they gave me some more medicine, which is like a local, so that I wouldn't really feel them cutting me. But now the thing about the C-section wasn't that bad, except I did feel a lot of it. It was really painful. It was like it hurt. Like she kept having to give me epidural so that it could relieve the pain. And so she was born a couple minutes, and me and my husband both were crying as soon as I heard her cry. And then I was upset. Not upset, I was happy, but I just, tears was coming down. And then they brought her to us, and, we were there and with her, and she was just so pretty. And she was really small. She was 4 pounds, 15 ounces. Because well, apparently she stopped growing while, a few weeks before she was born. So, you know, um, that's not good. But okay, so she was small, and we get, my husband goes with her, records her bath or her shots and baths and all this stuff, and then I go back to my room, and I'm upset because I'm just so sad because I wanted to see her, and I didn't get to see her. He got to see her first, and I was jealous and stuff, and so um, after that, um, you know I'm so drugged up that I'm just like in another world. Like I couldn't function like at all. I didn't feel like I was myself. It was not good. It was really, really annoying to not be in control of anything. And then my blood pressure was still up. So I guess I will make a third part to this to tell you the remainder, because not only was my blood pressure still up, she had to stay in the hospital as well. So I will be back and tell you the rest of it. Okay, see you in a minute.